Rogers. I'm the Executive Director and CEO of the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee, and it is such a joy to be here today. We were here 505 days ago to unveil the logo for the 2017 Phoenix Final Four. And the reason that we chose this park to do the unveiling was because it was going to be our legacy project. I wish that we could all take a walk back in time and remember what the court looked like that day that we were here, but it's been such a transformation, and it's really been a very special project that we've all been so fortunate enough to be involved with. We have so many people here today. I would like to thank every single one of you. That is not possible. I would like to recognize our board, the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee board. We have Paul Blue, Lisa Urias, our co-chair Dan Lewis, our co-chair Debbie Johnson, and Mike Chismar that are joining us here today. They've been an integral part of putting together the entire event and certainly projects like this. I also want to thank Senator Miranda for being here with us today, who grew up in this neighborhood, so I know this is a very special day for you as well. We are coming together to celebrate the legacy of the Final Four. And when we began this project, one of the parts that was so special was the ability to give back to our community. The ability to do things like read to the Final Four Arizona, which involves every third grader across the state of Arizona who have read over 6 million minutes to date in that project. When we were looking for the right court to renovate through the generosity of the NCAA, this court immediately spoke to us as we toured other projects. This one spoke to us because of the community that surrounds it, because of the players that have played here, because of the people that have grown up and keep coming back to Harmon Park, because of the neighborhood and Lowell and the library. And it has just been such a personal joy to get to know the folks here. We painted the outside of the court, outside of the gym one Saturday. And I got here, and I thought early, and the parking lot was full. And I got out of my car, and the gym was full of former players coming back to have what I might add is a very hearty basketball game. It is not for the meek of heart. And it was such a special day to see what this park means to everyone, and it really brought the project full circle for me. I want to thank the City of Phoenix. I want to thank the park staff, Inger and her staff, Esther, who've been so integral. But where's Philip? Philip's over here. Philip, I want you to raise your hand. And everyone from the park that has been involved with this, I'm so thankful. Every time that we've been out here, you know, this staff has just gone the extra mile to put this together. That Saturday that we were here, we had well over 100 members of the Lowell Elementary School and their parents and members of this neighborhood out here painting. And I'm going to tell you, I think they did a pretty good job. They did a great job. So thank you so much for being here today. We have some really special people here to speak as well. And one of them has been one of our biggest supporters. The day after he was elected, he took 5 minutes out of his schedule to help us with our bid video for the Final Four. And we're so fortunate to have him here and been so part of so many of our projects. Let me introduce to you the governor of our great state, Governor Ducey.
Good to see everybody. Are you ready to put on a Final Four in Phoenix? We are very excited, and I've been thrilled to be a part of this from the very beginning. I want to thank Dawn for all her hard work over the last 500 plus days, and just say good morning to everyone who's here joining us on this beautiful Arizona day. I want to say a special thank you to Jeff Jarnicki from the NCAA and everyone as part of that organization, along with Debbie Johnson, Tom Sadler, Jeff Overton, and the Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, Dawn Rogers, and the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee, and all the community volunteers that make an event like this happen and bring it to life, for their contributions for the restoration of this historic park. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? And Vice Mayor Pastor, it's also great to see you today. As I travel this beautiful state that we're so lucky to live in, from Tucson to Flagstaff, the anticipation for Phoenix's very first Final Four is off the charts. We've had an incredible run of hosting major championship events in Arizona over the last several years, and it's been my honor to be the host of all of these, including Super Bowl 49 and the College Football National Championship last year. But what a treat it is to have all the excitement and glory of the Final Four right here in Phoenix to complete this trifecta. National sporting events are a big deal for the Arizona economy, and the Final Four is no exception. But it's through the thoughtful efforts like the restoration of Harmon Park that have the long-lasting impact on our communities and on the kids that'll benefit from this for years to come. Harmon Park was built 90 years ago in 1927. Through the years, the NBA and college players have competed here. Even the Harlem Globetrotters have called this park a training ground. The nearly 20,000 children from the surrounding community who visit this park each year for recreation and basketball will benefit tremendously from the hard work of the community leaders gathered here today, a legacy that will last long after we cut down the nets on Monday night. And restoring this park, the NCAA will also have a positive impact on the lives of students and families who come here for homework, help, and meal assistance. In the heart of this great basketball city, this park is once again home to a court of dreams for today's generation. And it's ready to train up the champions of tomorrow. Perhaps one day, children who played here will find themselves competing in the Final Four and bringing home the title. And what a wonderful legacy that would be for the state of Arizona and the city of Phoenix. I want to once again say thank you to all the volunteers, community leaders, and influencers that had a hand in this event. You simply don't have the trifecta of the Super Bowl, the College Football National Championship, and this weekend, the Final Four, right here in the state of Arizona without community involvement. So it's a testament to the people of our state who have been building it over the last 100+ years. And thanks to everyone for your amazing efforts for what we've done here at Harmon Park and for helping make Phoenix's first Final Four a great success. Thank you.
I guarantee you if I was up here and that stage started falling over, that group wouldn't have moved so fast. That was pretty impressive. Thank you so much, Governor Ducey. We really have appreciated walking this partnership with you hand in hand. And we certainly have appreciated the city of Phoenix. And I can't say enough. I've lived here for 10 years. How much I love this city and love this state, and working hand in hand with our partners. I know Ed Zerker's here. I already mentioned Paul Blue, Roxanne Favors, John Chan, who work every day to make this event successful. And that includes our city council, who has been so instrumental in helping us bring the bid and helping us clear any obstacles that were in the way to make it successful. I know Kate Gallego is here, and she has been a big part of this effort, but we're so fortunate today to have Vice Mayor Laura Pastor here to say a few comments as well. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning. I would like to thank ASTA and the PLOC and NCAA for teaming up with this project. I would also like to recognize the City of Phoenix Parks and Recs department staff. Could you all raise your hand? Because you all were part of this. and mainly all of the City of Phoenix employees that are here that made this happen. As you know, we know that the Final Four generates a lot of impact in our community, specifically economic impact. But more importantly, what the Final Four will be doing is leaving its legacy here in Harmon Park. And what I would like to say, it is nice to know that Tommy Nunez is named after him because he's a frontier person. He opened the doors for many of us. And he was the first Hispanic to referee in the NBA. And so I'm very proud to know that. I also would like to recognize Councilwoman Kate Gallego. This is her park, and I'm going to let her take my minutes to thank everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Kate Gallego. I have the pleasure of representing this area on the Phoenix City Council, which means I am the councilwoman for Lowell Elementary School and get to hear on occasion the Lowell roar. We're looking forward to the finals of their 3-on-3 tournament with our talented athletes, and just one of the many exciting things that are happening in this neighborhood. It's one of our leading libraries, leading locations for parks. It's an area where the city's doing a lot of investment, where we hope to see light rail. And so on behalf of my community, I want to thank the Final Four for choosing the right park for this investment. It looks great, and generations of Phoenicians are looking forward to playing ball here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Pastor and Councilwoman Gallego, so much for being here today. You know, this project, which has truly been a wonderful partnership with the NCAA, would not have been possible at this scope without the generous assistance of ASTA. And we're very appreciative to have Debbie Johnson here today in not only her role as co-chair of the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee with Dan Lewis, but also as a board member of ASTA. Debbie Johnson, Director of the Arizona Office of Tourism.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It is a pleasure to see this park. I have to tell you, I was here what I thought was just a couple months ago, and then Dawn said 500 some days, and I can't believe it was 500 some days ago that we stood here. The transformation is incredible, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. I would really like to thank my fellow board member who is here, Jeff Meyer, and the ASTA staff, Robin Lee Amos and Kevin Daniels. Thank you all for your support of this project as well. ASTA is really best known as the entity that owns University of Phoenix Stadium, which is where the Final Four will be contested this weekend. But what people don't know is that our mission is really to enhance the economy through our community's quality of life by providing development of professional and amateur sports facilities. Since ASTA's inception in 2001, it has distributed more than $18 million to help pay for more than 225 projects related to youth and amateur sports in Maricopa County. When we had the opportunity to help with this great project, we knew that it fit our mission perfectly. I want to really quickly thank the members of our Youth and Amateur Sports Committee, Jody Harwood, Jeff Meyer, and Maria Beyer. They are the ones who reviewed this project and strongly recommended it to the ASTA board. Again, I look at this beautifully renovated court, and I see a great example of what we can accomplish when we work together as one community. From the outdoor court at Harmon Park to the tournament floor at University of Phoenix Stadium, the Final Four is truly bringing the Valley together. We are grateful for this opportunity, and we truly appreciate everyone's support for being here today. Thank you so much.
This next speaker is no stranger to this community, and what makes him really special is not only his passion for young people, and certainly passion for the sport of basketball, but passion for this neighborhood. And when we toured Harmon Park, I don't think that the NCAA could have said no to Stevie Coulter, because he sold it like I've never seen anyone sell it. And it has really been a pleasure to get to know him. Every time I leave the court, I leave with a different story a different piece of history. There have been so many people that have played on these courts, and he really encapsulates that whole history, and we're just really thrilled to have been able to work with him and have him speak today on behalf of Harmon Park. Stevie Coulter.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to read because I'll meander. As a kid, every basketball player dreams of playing during March Madness in the NCAA tournament. Those who are fortunate enough get the opportunity. Ultimately, the Final Four and a national championship is where you want to land. Congratulations to our Final Four teams that have landed in Phoenix. That would be Oregon, that would be Gonzaga, and then North and South Carolina. So they had to go through a great deal to get here. I graduated from New Mexico State University. I was blessed to play in the NCAA, and I also played 12 years of professional basketball, 8 of which were in the NBA. I've lived in various cities, but when I retired, Phoenix was still home. That's why this is extremely special to me. Harmon Park is more than a park. It literally is my second home. The indoor court is named after our family patriarch, my dad, Andrew Coulter, Mr. C. His ministerial endeavor as an associate pastor was to bring sound advice and tangible assistance to the extended community for 66 years, and he was disguised as a basketball player. On behalf of my father, my mother Sylvia, who's sitting there, absolutely, absolutely. My extended family and all the people who have graced these courts in 67 years. I thank the NCAA, Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, and the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee for everything they did to make this day possible. Harmon Park Gymnasium is the heart and history of Phoenix basketball. It stands on its own merit in Phoenix basketball circles. Briefly, it has entertained notable players like Fat Lever, Jumpin' Joe Caldwell. Can you gentlemen please stand? We've had Connie Hawkins here. We've had Nate Tiny Archibald here. We've had Connie Hawkins here. We've had a ton of NBA ball players. I brought Michael Jordan in, and we sat down to discuss whether or not I was going to be traded from Portland to Chicago. Charles Barkley has been here. There are countless names, and I know the Globetrotters were mentioned. It was kind of cool to see them on TV, cartoons when you're a kid, and then to come to the park and see them in person. So it was really wonderful. Thanks to this project, Harmon Park's exciting future can mirror its rich history, and that is your future. Thank you very much.
As I mentioned, this park is part of the legacy that the NCAA leaves behind in each community. And, you know, for us, I think that has been part of the fun this past year is working with our great partners on the things, using the platform of the Final Four to change our community. And I think that we all agree that this project certainly will change this community for a long time to come. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Jeff Jarnicki, our newest ambassador for the state of Arizona and the Director of Championship and Alliances for the NCAA.
Dawn, thank you very much, and thank you, indeed. What an incredible transformation, and it's our honor and our pleasure to play a small role in this. You know, the 4 teams that are on their way to Phoenix to be celebrated in this Final Four, their stories are well chronicled. They're well memorialized, they're well told, perhaps the world over, and they'll continue to be as we work through this weekend and on to the championship on Monday. But as importantly to us are the stories that are told here, that may not be as well known, that may not be shouted as loudly, that may not be memorialized in the way that we want to. And so the investment in this community, the contribution to the bricks and mortar, is just that. It's an investment in those that enjoy this facility day after day and year after year, so that their stories can be told, starting today, tomorrow, and well into the future after the Final Four comes to a conclusion. And so as that confetti falls Monday night in Glendale at University of Phoenix Stadium, let the sun continue to shine on Harmon Park and the citizens of Arizona so that those stories can be told loud and clear for the years to come. So on behalf of the NCAA and our partners and Governor, Vice Mayor, council members, Senator that are here, as well as the citizens of this community, we say thank you for hosting us here in your city, and we wish you the best as this facility continues to serve those community members for the years to come. Thank you.
All right, well, I do have one exciting announcement for you. Today, the NCAA announced 2 additional acts for Friday night at the AT&T Block Party, happening right up at Hance Park. Justin Moore and Michael Ray, 2 additional country acts, will be joining Keith Urban on Friday evening, so make sure that you make your way to Hance Park. Choosing Hance Park and Harmon Park has really been a challenge for me this past year. But I also want to make my little reminder that if you are going to Music Festival, Fan Fest, as well as the games, please use your clear bag. Go on the NCAA app or ncaa.com and you can see the list of what items you can take in and out. Please make sure to hydrate. You can bring a bottle of sealed water into March Madness Music Fest. Thank you so much for being here today. We need to finish up because we are about to witness an unbelievable championship round of the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that Lowell's been playing over the past several weeks. I have to thank Principal Kelly. Where's Tyson? Over here, he's been, he and Steve and the entire park staff has been such a great partner to work with on this project. And so we can't wait to see you guys be the first ones. They just put the hoops up this morning. Be the first ones to play on this court. So thank you very much, and if I could get the speakers to come back up and join us on the court, we'd love to get the former players too. We'd like to get a couple pictures. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.